Morning, Community Dr. Arabica Ministry of Education, Research, Technology Transfer and Community Service, Honorable Dr. Gachao Kapada, Chief Administrator of Papa Zone and member of Bonga University Administrative Council, Honorable Mr. Atmapu Haile, Papa Zone Government Correspondent, His Excellency Professor Apor Kasu, Director General of Armor Council Research, Today marks a historic milestone, not only for the university, but also for the broader agricultural, commercial, and scientific community. This conference brings together brilliant minds committed to advancing coffee research, sustainability, and innovation. Coffee is not just a beverage, an economic engine, political instrument, and a powerful social symbol, especially in countries like Ethiopia, where it has deep historical roots. Economically, coffee is a major driver of export earnings, employment, rural livelihood for millions. Politically, it shapes government policy, trade negotiations, and international cooperation. Socially, it represents identity, tradition, and community life, most notably in Ethiopia, where the coffee ceremony symbolizes hospitality and social connection. Today, we are honored to host renowned coffee farmers and investors sharing their field experiences, exporters offering insights into the global markets, government officials enriching our discussion with policy perspectives and the future directions, and keynote speakers and presenters enlightening us with their scientific expertise. We are truly honored and privileged to have you all here. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will now proceed to introducing the schedule of this special event. Uh, Before I proceed to introducing the schedule of the events, we apologize for the inconvenience. Now, directly we will proceed after this introduction to customary blessings by His Majesty the King of Kaffa, His Mikrecho, and religious leaders. Then after that blessing, there will be a video presentation, which is a glimpse into the history and tourist attraction sites of the Kaffa zone. Then after that, there will be a welcome address by our President, His Excellency Dr. Dagala Ergano. And after the welcome address, His Excellency will invite today's guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Sarawit Handiso, for the opening speech. Then after that, there will be five keynotes. The first keynote will be addressed by Professor Gazahin Baricha, and the second keynote will be by His Excellency Alejandro Estevil, and the third keynote will be by Dr. Yonis Alectio, and there will be also the fourth keynotes. This will be delivered by Professor Harry Evans, and the fifth keynote will be addressed by Mr. Werner Bill. Then after the keynotes, there will be a coffee break, and these keynotes will be moderated by Professor Ketesa Kundra and Mr. Girma Ababa. After the coffee break, there will be lead paper presentation. This lead paper will be presented by Dr. Kufle Balacho, and the lead paper will be moderated by uh, Dr. Riericho Brahanu and Dr. Ginjo Gitama. After the lead paper, after the discussion on the lead paper, we will have light time in the Bonga University Lodge. Then in the afternoon, there will be parallel sessions separated into three rooms, and the final session will be held tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning, we'll have visits planned here in the compound of Bonga University. And then after the visit in the compound, we'll go to a selected sites here in Washi. We will visit a coffee farm there. After that visit, we will have also a visit in National Coffee Museum here in Bonga. And then after we will have a closing remark in the same venue here. And now, please allow me to invite His Majesty, the King of Kafa and his Mekprecho together with religious leaders to give us their customary blessings. Please join me in welcoming our king and traditional leaders. Thank you. His Majesty of Papa is grateful together with religious leaders who give us their customary blessing. Please join me in welcoming our king and traditional leaders. Thank you.
Wamarikuna agate une tre ikkine baro shakete. Yes ገለቶ በታ እንግዲህ የተማከለ ብዙ ሰው ስላለ እንኳን ቡና የተገኘበት አፋ ቡናን ያገኘው ፈልአት መጠሪያው ካሊስ ወይም ፈልሾ የጎሳ መጠሪያው ቡናውን መጀመሪያ ጊዜ የቀመሰች ፍየል ጅንጉርጉሯ ፍየል በትግርኛ አደም የሚሽል ባለቤት ሃሽታግ የሮቺ ቡናን ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ለሰው ልጆች መጠጫ እንዲሆን መድኃኒት እንዲሆን ያጸደቀ ንጉስ አቶ ኤሎ ዳገር ቡና በቀን 3 ጊዜ እንዲጠጣ ያወጀው አቶ አለው ዳገር ቡና ቤት ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ቡና ቤት የሚባል መጠሪያ ስም የተሰራበት ካፋ እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። አዲዮ ንጉሳችን ይህንን ማከል ያደረገው ምርምር ወይም ሪሰርች የሚባለው ለውጥ ነው። ያመለካከት ለውጥ ነው። ውጤት ነው። ተግባር ነው። ለዚህ እንዲደርስ ላደረጉት ሁሉ ምርምሩም ስኬታማ እንዲሆን ታሪኩም የቀጠለ እንዲሆን እስቲ ቡራከን እንዲያቀርቡ ካደመራሻ የሚሉት ነገር ይኖራል። ንጉሱ ብቻ
መጀመሪያ ያለንበት ቦታ ላይ ሰብስቦ ሊላገናኘን እግዚአብሔር ክብር ምስጋና ይድረስ። ሁሌም የሚለመን እግዚአብሔር እንዲሁ እንዳሰባሰበን መጨረሻችንን በፍቅር እንዲያደርግልን እግዚአብሔር ይርዳል። በቅርብም ከሩቅም የመጣችሁ ወገኖቻችን ይህ አሁን የሚደረገው የቡና ምርምር በተሳካ ሁኔታ እንዲያልቅ በተሳካ ሁኔታ እንዲስተናገድ እግዚአብሔር ይርዳል። ኢትዮጵያን ይጠብቅልን። ክፉ መንፈስን ከሀገራችን ያርቅልን። የተጣሉ ወገን ዘመዶቻችንን እግዚአብሔር ፈቅዶ እርቀ ሰላም እንዲወርድ እግዚአብሔር ይርዳል። እግዚአብሔር ፍቅር ነውና እግዚአብሔር ልብ ነውና እግዚአብሔር እንዲሁ እንዳሰባሰበን ክፉ ነገር እንዳያሳየን እግዚአብሔር ከጎናችን ይሁን። ከሩቅም ከቅርብም የመጣችሁ ወገን ዘመዶቻችን በሰላም እንደመጣችሁ በሰላም የመጣችሁበትን ዓላማ አሳክታችሁ ወደ የመጣችሁበት ወደ የሀገሮቻችሁ እንድትመለሱ እግዚአብሔር ይርዳችሁ። መንገዳችሁ ሁሉ ሰላም ይሁን። መንግስትን ይጠብቅልን። ሰላምን እግዚአብሔር በበለጠ አብዝቶ ይስጠን። የጎደለ ነገር ካለ እግዚአብሔር ጨምሮ ጨምሮ ሀገራችንን ይመርቅልን። እግዚአብሔር በሰላም ኮንፈረንሱን እንዲያጠናቅቅልን እግዚአብሔር ይርዳ።
ምርቃታቸው የተሳካ እንዲሆን የሁላችሁም
Ogicha Galaton, we thank you very much, His Majesty, the King of Kafa, the traditional Mikrecho, and all the religious leaders. Now we will proceed to the video, which is prepared by Mr. Haftawold and showcasing a glimpse into the history and tourist attractions of Kafa Zone. Thank you.
Through the dense canopy of this it's Arabica Coffee, Ethiopia's hidden paradise of untouched wilderness. The majestic Shot falls to the high peaks of Shosholobo. Welcome to the land of origins. Your adventure starts now. The deep frontier of silent moraine. As we trek through the dense canopy of this ancient forest, the sound hits you long before the sight does. It is a low, rhythmic rumble that shakes the earth beneath your feet. This is Shakiko Waterfall. Standing here at its base, you truly realize why the Karpal zone is called the Green Land of Ethiopia. The water here is not simply full. It explodes into a plain. Silver mist that nourishes the rare orchids. For centuries, Shakshiko has remained the guarded secret of the silent brains, representing the raw, untamed power of the world. Watch as the mountain sunlight catches the spray, creating brilliant rainbows that dance across the dark basalt roots. For centuries, this is a sanctuary for the adventurer for the soul that seeks to get lost in the wilderness and find itself again in the roar of the water. Take a deep breath. Listen to the heartbeat of silence. This is Shakshika. This is a sanctuary. Control is the eternal home of the 19 monks who shaped the destiny of the Kaffa kingdom. It is a place of profound silence and spiritual power, where the forest itself seems to guard the burial walls of the great kings. For centuries, this sacred mountain was off limits to the common eye, reserved only for the royal rituals. It honored the transition of power from the living to the ancestors. Standing at this burial summit, we feel the weight of a civilization that stood for 1,000 years. For the researchers and students at Bangor University, Joshomogo is not just a cemetery. It is an archive of our identity and resilience. It serves as a reminder that the land of origins is built on a foundation of royal wisdom and unbroken heritage. As we look out from these heights, we honor those who guarded this land, its coffee, and its people. Showmaking is not just a cemetery. It is an archive of our identity and resilience. It serves as a reminder that the land of origins is just a heartbeat away from Bombay. The landscape opens up to reveal the elegant facade of Barter Waterfall, silver thread woven into the history of these highlands. Barter is Cafa's most accessible masterpiece, yet it feels like a world hidden inside. Unlike the roaring giants deep in the jungle, Barter flows with a poetic grace, draping over ancient volcanic cliffs, like white silk, surrounded by lush ferns and the constant song of endemic birds. This site serves as a serene gateway for those entering the Emerald Kingdom. It is where the urban life of Bonga meets the raw, untamed spirit of the forest. Draping over ancient volcanic cliffs, like as you stand in its mist, you feel the cool breath of the Kaffir biosphere at work. The path to Barter is lined with the scent of wild spices and garlic, offering a sensory preview of the wonders that lie deeper in the zone. It is a place for reflection, a natural sanctuary, where the water's steady rhythm provides a soundtrack to the soul. Barter isn't just a sight to see, it is the refreshing first chapter of the Kaffir adventure. We now enter the sacred grounds of Bonji Shambeti, a majestic mountain fortress and the historic palace where the spirits of the Kafir kings and the soul of the society fully come alive. Perched high above Bonga town, this royal seat served as a strategic watchtower, allowing the Kafir kings to guard their lands and secure the kingdom against approaching enemies. Where the spirits of the Kafir kings and the soul of the... On this mountain peak, a line of 19 powerful monarchs governed with absolute authority and wisdom. It was an impenetrable center of power, where the geography of the land itself was used to ensure the safety and sovereignty of the Kafir people for centuries. The soul of this place fully shines during Rashkari Banner. This vibrant celebration marks the Kafir New Year, a time of unity, thanksgiving, and cultural pride for the entire society. Traditional dances to the lighting of the torches, Lashkari Baran is a living bridge between the ancestors and the modern generation. With Banji Shambeti, history isn't just remembered, it is celebrated with every beat of the drum. The kingdom's royal era reached its heroic peak with the 20th and final work, Kingoki Shurichi, symbol of resistance, whose legacy still echoes through these highlands. Today, this palace remains the heartbeat of the society, especially during the vibrant Rashkari Baran New Year. With Banji Shambeti, history is not just a memory, it is a living, breathing testament to a royal heritage, remains unyielding and proud. Deep in the rugged and high-altitude terrain of Peshawar, the landscape gives way to the thunderous power of Eelalo Waterfall, a hidden giant of the southwest. While Beshar is famous across the globe for producing the world's most sought-after coffee, it also holds one of Kafir's most powerful natural wonders. Eelalo Waterfall is a display of pure, kinetic energy. The sheer volume of water crashing over these ancient cliffs creates a constant roar that echoes through the valley, nourishing a prehistoric microclimate of giant tree ferns and exotic mosses that thrive in the eternal mist. To reach land, to witness the world, the intense spirit of the Arabica Biosphere Reserve is its most intense. The spray from the falls often creates shimmering rainbows that contrast against the deep green of the Jayshore forest. It is a place of raw beauty and energy, reminding every visitor this land is not only the cradle of coffee, it's a sanctuary for the most magnificent forces of nature. Experience the thunder, experience the air. Shimmering rainbows that contrast against the deep green of the Jayshore forest. Again, the village in southwestern Ethiopia's Krabazon is more than a forest. It constitutes an active evolutionary laboratory. While historical literature and UNESCO recognize this region as a primary center of origin, the scientific mission of Bonga University is to generate robust empirical evidence demonstrating that southwestern Ethiopia represents the cradle of coffee Arabica. We hypothesize the exceptional intraspecific genetic diversity observed in Dutch Borada harbors definitive ancestral markers of coffee Arabica, whereby initiating a new era of genomic validation of southwestern Ethiopia as its birthplace. We invite the international scientific community to move beyond historical assertions and engage in rigorous, data-driven field research by systematically analyzing the region's unique microclimatic gradients and the phenological characteristics of wild coffee populations, particularly the iconic innate tree. We can elucidate the genetic mechanisms underpinning plant resilience. The cure serves as a foundational baseline for global coffee research, where the evolutionary transition from wild forest species to a globally traded commodity can be traced through advanced molecular and genomic approaches. This commitment to scientific rigor underpins the International Coffee Research Conference at Bonga University. The initiative seeks to integrate indigenous ecological knowledge with cutting-edge biotechnology, transforming natural forest systems into structured research environments. Standing before the world in and water and care, we recognize the profound significance of this living system. This ancient tree is not merely a symbolic landmark. It represents a vital genetic reservoir and a biological anchor within the Kafa Biosphere Reserve. While early research has laid important groundwork in identifying these highland ecosystems, the definitive scientific narrative remains incomplete. We contend that the future of global coffee resilience begins here at its source, in its soil, and within the ecological integrity of southwestern Ethiopia. This is the land of origins, Ethiopia. The definitive scientific narrative remains incomplete. The Gabati waterfall in Bushy is one of the most breathtaking and pristine natural landmarks in the Kafazon. Often associated with the high-altitude forests that neighbor the famous coffee-growing regions, its dramatic drop and lush surroundings make it a visual masterpiece, plummeting down a sheer cliff in the heart of the Gesher forest. This waterfall is a vital part of the watershed that nourishes the world-renowned coffee landscapes nearby. The roar of its waters and the constant mystic threads have formed a unique microclimate, supporting rare plant species and ancient indigenous trees that have stood for centuries. As we stand in the spray of this magnificent fall, we are reminded protecting our forests means protecting the very source of our life. In the land of origins, Dadati flows as an eternal symbol of our natural heritage. Supporting rare plant species on ancient indigenous trees that have stood for centuries. For generations, these thermal waters have been cherished as a source of health and recovery. Flowing directly from the deep volcanic veins of the Kafar zone, Dodibe is famous for its medicinal properties. Many people travel from across the region to bathe in these springs, seeking relief for skin conditions, joint pain, and various ailments. It is a living pharmacy, where the earth's natural chemistry provides a path to wellness. Dodibe is famous for its medicinal properties. Era is widely known as one of the most powerful natural springs in the Kalfar zone. These thermal waters, surging from the volcanic depths of Dichon, are rich in rare minerals, which have served as a traditional medicine for centuries. Thousands visit these springs to find relief from persistent illnesses, joint pain, and skin diseases, trusting in the water's proven ability to restore the body and spirit. These thermal waters, surging from the volcanic depths of Dichon, are rich in rare minerals, which have served as known as the Bridge of God. This massive stone arch spans the Thunderstone River. It is not made of concrete or steel, but of solid, ancient wood, hollowed out over millennia by the relentless force of water. Standing beneath its towering span, one feels the sheer scale of the colorful landscape. It is a masterpiece of natural engineering, connecting the high ridges of Dichon and serving as a sacred landmark for the local society. For researchers at Bangor University, God's Bridge is a window into the volcanic history and tectonic power of the southwest Ethiopian plains. It stands as a symbol of strength and endurance, where the water and the mountain have reached a perfect, eternal balance. As we conclude our journey through the Carthaginian, this bridge reminds us that in the land of origins, nature is the ultimate architect, the soil of Carthage to global culture, and then it will secure its future. The evidence is clear, the heritage is sacred, and the science is definitive. Thank you for witnessing our legacy. This is the land of origins. This is our home. This is the future of coffee. Is the ultimate architect, the soil of Carthage to global culture, and then it will secure its future. The evidence is clear, the heritage is sacred, and the science is definitive. Thank you for witnessing our legacy. This is the land of origins. This is our home. This is the future of coffee.
Excellency Ambassador in Europe, ex-Ambassador to Ethiopia, His Excellency Professor Bob Kasu, Bonga University Board Chair, Honorable Bonga University Board Professor Gezdehan Recha, Ethiopian Coffee Science and President, Honorable Indashau Bede, Chief Administrator of Tapa Zone, Honorable Dr. Tekla Abdullah, the Mayor of Bonga City, Honorable Administrators from neighboring zones, Southwest Ethiopia, Honorable key speakers from around the globe, Honorable researchers from neighboring universities, Honorable guests from University Service Holdings Company, Honorable representatives from 40 Coffee Company, respected coffee sector investors, respected cultural religious leaders from Kapazon, Wamadi Kunawatu, respected rectors, researchers from Bonga University, respected rectors from Bonga Research Institute and the Teachers Training College, respected guests from Indian Communication. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. You are most welcome. On behalf of Bonga University Conference Organizing Committee, gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all. First, the National Coffee Research Conference. We are delighted to host government officials, education sector leaders, ambassadors, university board members, keynote speakers, business sector delegates, particularly from the Chamber of Commerce, Southwest Ethiopia, research scholars, coffee producers and processors, postgraduate students, community leaders, non-governmental organizations in the conference. A special welcome goes to our distinguished guests from the Ministry of Education, guests from the regional government, keynote speakers and participants from United Kingdom, from Germany, from Mexico, from China, and from Korea, and partners from Ethiopian universities whose insights will guide our discussion here. This conference aims to promote knowledge sharing, stakeholders collaboration, networking, and a policy dialogue on sustainable coffee production, coffee research, and value chain development. The grand theme of the conference is stated as innovation for resilient and sustainable coffee future from farm gate the global market, with the intention of promoting sustainable coffee supply chain. Ethiopia is origin of coffee Arabica and one of the leading producers of coffee globally. Coffee journey has taken it from forests of southwest Ethiopian islands to all over the world. Coffee business has shifted from commercial coffee beans to coffee as a specialty beverage, and its consumption is now much more evenly distributed across the globe's continents. The impact of a specialty revolution is laying foundation for a new era of coffee. Studies show that between 2014 and 16, the world's annual consumption of coffee exceeded the quantity of beans produced in the world. In the medium and long term, the likelihood is that this trend will continue and the demand for coffee, fueled by the growth of new market access, while outputs fall because of economic and environmental factors. The biggest of these threats is the global climate change. Hence, scientific programs need to breed more climate resilience varieties. Adherence to fair trade standards by all actors in the coffee supply chain is needed as the bulk of the price differentials paid by the global consumers remain within developed world. A special premium has to be invested in improving the conditions of the coffee farming community. Moreover, ethical standards need to be promoted, leading to adoption of certification systems, which would like to take into account environmental and socio-economic sustainability of the coffee supply chain from the farm gate to the global market. Environmental standards need to be included. Organic, nature-friendly forest coffee production alternatives, which would promote sustainable farming practices that encourage biodiversity. Quality of coffee and traceability concerns need to be worked upon throughout the supply chain to ensure coffee standards for a fair trade system. These alternatives necessitate the global recognition of farmers in the southwest Ethiopia who are practicing the forest-friendly coffee production traditionally. Despite the global significance, Ethiopia's coffee sector continues to face different challenges related to climate change, consistency in the production quality, and market access and sustainable farming problems. Bonga University is strategically located in one of Ethiopia's most important coffee producing regions, making it uniquely positioned as a national and international hub for coffee research, innovation, and knowledge sharing. Situated at the heart of Ethiopia's forest coffee ecosystem, the university serves as a platform for a scholarly exchange, policy dialogue, and industry engagement. Bonga University organized this conference with the intention of bringing together policymakers, researchers, industry actors, coffee producers, and community practitioners to discuss contemporary issues and the future direction of the coffee supply chain. From an academic perspective, Bonga University expands its mandated mission in thematizing research, community engagement, and innovation, and teaching learning through its focus on agricultural and natural resource management, biodiversity, environmental and climate change, health, and business fields. Now, the university has instituted coffee science studies both in undergraduate and postgraduate levels. This platform will ensure strong basis for university industry linkage in the coffee sector. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, the conference is believed to contribute to Bonga University faculty to share research experience, build professional networks, engage with leading experts in the field. However, the role of conference extends beyond academia. It targets Ethiopia's preparedness for hosting Global Climate Conference, COP32, after a year. Bonga University's interest to showcase decarbonized coffee, forest conservation benefits, initiatives for the betterment of the livelihoods in the forest coffee farming communities, and Ethiopia's coffee heritage on international stage. Based on the significance of the event, we encourage you to participate actively, connect with peers, gain valuable perspectives. Over the 2 days, you will have the chance to attend engaging sessions and intensive discussions. As a side event, Bonga University has exhibited its agricultural products, coffee, honey, and spices, alongside its local coffee sector investors, showcasing products in the southwest Ethiopia. Let us make the most of this opportunity to expand our knowledge and create meaningful connectivity. Finally, I'd like to extend my appreciation to all who contributed to the success of this event. My appreciation particularly goes to our partner, Universal Service Holdings, and the conference sponsoring global partner, Coty Coffee Company, for partnering and their significant contribution extended. I thank you all for being with us, wishing you a successful and inspiring conference session. Together we can. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I kindly invite honorable guest today, guest of honor from Ministry of Education, Dr. Sarai Tandi. So please give a thank you.
Wama Dikuna Oituti. Wama Dikuna Hatuti. እንደምን አደራችሁ? Good morning and a warm welcome to you all. His Excellency Ato Ndashao Kabeda, Chief Administrator of Kappa Zone and member of Bonga University Managing Board. His Excellency Professor Afo Kasu, Director General of AHARI and Chairman of Bonga University Managing Board. His Excellency Dr. Edgela Ergeno, President of Bonga University. Ambassador Alejandro Inves Estivo Castro. I don't know whether I spell it well or not. Distinguished guests, respected researchers, team participants, local and religious leaders, professors. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols are observed. It's really a profound honor to stand before such a distinguished gatherings of men. Today, especially when we are celebrating the first international coffee research conference of Bonga University organized in partnership with Universal Saving Policy. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, State Minister for Higher Education, Development Sector, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the organizers for convening this remarkable gathering under the timely and forward-looking theme. Innovation for resilience and sustainable coffee future from farm gates to global market. Of course, this theme is not only aligned with national priorities or our ministry's key reform agenda, such as thematic research, catering, as it was being mentioned by His Excellency Dr. De Gela, but also it's really considered as instrument to our collective effort to enhance quality education and impactful research. It reflects the realities we face today and the future we must collectively shape. Coffee is far more than coffee. It's a livelihood for millions of smallholder farmers, a cultural identity deeply rooted in communities, and a vital pillar of economic development for many nations. Ethiopia, being widely recognized as the origin of coffee, here this connection is more profound. Coffee is linked with our history, our tradition, right? Our daily life. It is a symbol of hospitality, unity, and shared heritage. Yet, despite all its immense values, the coffee sector is confronting unprecedented challenge. Climate change is altering growing conditions and threatening productivity. Pests and diseases are evolving rapidly. Global markets are volatile and often unpredictable. At the same time, the issue of sustainability, quality, and equity across the value chain demands our urgent attention. These challenges, however, also present opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This conference comes at a critical moment. It provides a unique and timely platform for scholars, researchers, policymakers, industry leaders, practitioners to come together, exchange knowledge, share experiences, and co-create solutions. It allows us to strengthen resilience across the entire coffee value chain, from the smallholder farmer at the farm gate to processors, exporters, and actors in the global markets. In this regard, I would like to commend Bonga University for its visionary leadership and commitment to advancing coffee science. The university's initiative to establish coffee science programs from undergraduate to postgraduate levels represents a significant milestone. It's a clear demonstration of commitment to building human capital, advancing research, and fostering innovation that responds directly to the needs of the coffee sector. Such efforts are essential to bridging the gap between academia and industry and to ensuring a sustainable future of ladies and gentlemen, excellencies. Innovation must be at the heart of our effort, whether through improved agronomic practices, climate smart technologies, genetic advancement, modern processing techniques, value addition, or inclusive and transparent market systems. We must rethink how we produce profit and create profit. Over the coming days, I encourage all participants engage actively in discussions, fair insight, openly, and build strong collaborations. Let this conference be a space where ideas are challenged, knowledge is advanced, and partnerships are formed. Partnerships that extend beyond this event and translate into real world impact. The knowledge generated and the relationships built here have the potential to improve the resilience of farmers and strengthen value chains, enhance quality, and ensure that coffee continues to thrive for generations to come. I'm confident that the outcome of this conference will contribute significantly to shaping the future of the coffee sector, not only in Ethiopia, but across the globe. Let us therefore seize this opportunity to reaffirm our shared commitment to resilient, innovative, sustainable coffee future. With these remarks, I am pleased to officially declare that the first International Coffee Research Conference of Bonga University open. I do thank you.
We thank you very much, His Excellency Dr. Sarawit Handiso, for the opening speech. Now we will directly proceed to one of the most anticipated moments of the day, that is a keynote. Therefore, I kindly invite Professor Gitesa and Dr. Gurma Ababa to come here and moderate the keynote. Today is keynote. Therefore, I kindly invite Professor Gitesa and Dr. Gurma Ababa to come here and moderate the keynote.
First, we would like to thank the organizers for giving us this chance to read the keynote speech sessions. And actually, all the protocol and the things like that already communicated. Now we go to directly to the academy and the dialogue session. We have 5 keynotes speaks, and the time allotted for the speaker is 15 minutes. We strict on the time management because we are a little bit behind the schedule. So, the speakers try to complete your speech in 15 minutes. And with this, I will directly go to the first presentation by Professor Gazain Berecha. Professor Gazain is a distinguished scholar and academic leader with extensive research experience in the fields of agriculture and natural resource management. His career spans more than 2 decades of impactful contributions in higher education, research and development with a strong focus on coffee science, food security, regenerative agriculture, and sustainable food systems. Professor Gazain is also the director of International Coffee Science Research Center at Dilma University. So, Professor Gazain, now the floor is yours.